Baby, I'm the gamble of your life. Why you always gotta think twice? We could go at it all night. Till the morning till you can't even go no more.
Which is, again, going to be another tough assignment.
100%.
Here's a 3rd and 5 for a first down. That is Valdez-Scantling racing down the sideline. There's no bad ankle evident on that one.
Here you go. Broncos jump. Free play for Rodgers. He knows where to go with it. For Valdez-Scantling. In the end zone. It's a Packer touchdown.
Could go against Seattle. What they did on 3rd down. Rodgers going to air it out. Davante Adams downfield. He's got it. And there's a big chunk. Pass wide open. Adams makes the catch. Makes a move. Sprinting for the end zone.
Watch the action by Aaron Rodgers. He's going to act as though he's going to roll out, then to his right. And you're expecting Davante Adams to continue on the move on the deep crosser. But instead, he puts his foot in the ground. He comes back out towards the boundary, and they're able to get an easy completion.
Going to stay up top on 1st down. Going to go to the end zone. Turning around, and did he make the catch? What a catch it is by Aaron Jones. What an adjustment at the end. Touchdown Green Bay from 21 yards out.
Cousins. Wanted Thielen. Throws a Hail Mary. Kevin King.
He looks open right there. But because Kirk Cousins is drifting back and he lobs the ball up, I mean, there's 3 defenders around Stephon Diggs.
Just moments ago earlier here. 3rd down and 5. Rodgers same side. And this time, it's in the hands of Lazard. Incredible play. Try to get him going, and he's got a seam. Aaron Jones still on his feet. Jones all the way in. Touchdown, Green Bay.
18th play of this drive, and they do run it. And they do not get it. The clock expires for the Carolina Panthers. Ends literally inches short of a touchdown.
They're going to have a defensive end out there.
3rd and 1. Rodgers under pressure again and just has to flip it, and it is going to be caught by Williams for the touchdown.
Aaron Rodgers just put this in the perfect spot. How do you land it there?
As you're going down.
What a throw that was.
How do they get more talented this offseason? How do they change that? What do they need to add?
Well, I think another year of just being in Matt LaFleur's offense, being in this scheme, for Aaron Rodgers will make him a little bit more confident and make this whole offense just click and gel that much better. Defense, too. I think a lot of people don't realize that continuity means something in the National Football League when you talk about being able to know and understand a playbook inside and out. But, one thing to me that's kind of glaring is the need to have another guy opposite Davante Adams. We know Davante Adams is a dominant receiver in this league. He needs some help. He absolutely needs some help opposite him. This Green Bay team needs more speed. If you look at how Sean McVay put his influence in Los Angeles with the Rams, if you see what Kyle's done, with the 49ers, you got to have a guy that takes the top off so they can run some of those race balls when the run game's going and you can use that play action. Davante Adams is an incredible #1 receiver, but he needs another guy a la like a Will Fuller, just a guy that can take the top off.
Well, it sounds like it's a good year for wide receivers in the draft.
Yeah,
so this might be the right time for them to go get somebody. What do you think? Wide receiver, or where would you go?
Defense.
Defense.
I think first and foremost, the Green Bay Packers have to figure out what are we doing with Blake Martinez. He was a tackling machine this year. He was all over the field. They need to sign him, lock down the middle of that defense. And then also, I think in the secondary, look, they've got a lot of young corners, some really good corners, Kevin King. King played really well. But I thought the liability for them in the postseason was their safety position. Darnell Savage had a really rough game against the 49ers. The fact that they didn't have an enforcer in that secondary to come down and help shut down that run game, that is what exposed them in the playoffs. They needed some help on that end.
Interestingly, under consideration in Green Bay, guys, get ready for this. The possibility of the Packers drafting a quarterback in the first round. General Manager Brian Gutekunst telling the Green Bay Press-Gazette that he's been taught to begin his evaluations with the quarterback position, and he says he'll always keep that position on the table. And he went on to say that this year's crop of quarterbacks was deeper than it's been in years past. And just for added perspective, Aaron Rodgers is the same age now that Brett Favre was when they drafted him.
Okay, I mean, that's interesting. But come on.
Just stirring
Yeah,
unnecessarily.
No one really believes GMs when they talk right now anyway.
No?
We really shouldn't believe him.
You don't think that they should even think about taking a
I mean, if you're
quarterback?
going
They pick 30th.
so. You could probably take one and develop him, but
I think if the right one falls to you,
I think that's fair.
I think you have to take him.
5 years on a rookie deal.
Yeah.
We know how much David loves that.
But it's Aaron Rodgers, okay? It's a little bit different.
Okay.
But you can always keep him, like you said. You can trade him if you need to.
Yeah, no, you can. I think you can get him if he falls, like you said.
Didn't the Patriots do that a lot of times? Like, didn't Brady have like a million backups that were drafted?
If you got one that's high on your board and he shows up, you can take
Hoyer.
Trying to stretch it out, and then he cuts it back.
The pitch to Aaron Jones with a big hole. Look at him go. Down inside. Aaron Jones.
Getting around that angle and getting that hand up to make that block.
Jones carries and to midfield. Vikings. Aaron Jones cuts back to the middle. He's got a first down. Aaron Jones on second down into the end zone. Aaron Jones slips one tackle and he's into the end zone for.
That goes down as a reception. As this is a spinning touchdown. Pass is caught by Jones. Nice catch, but it's 2nd and 2 instead of 2nd and 10. The pass is caught. Aaron Jones, first down and more.
Accepted.
2nd and 10. Here's a flip. Aaron Jones, nice move. Handoff to Jones, nice cutback. Aaron Jones for the touchdown. Here's Jones with a big hole to run through, still going down. Handoff to Jones, he is in. Lucas Patrick still out there at center, he snaps it wide. Here's a nice cutback by Jones. Nothing out there to his.
That's why we've seen some of Trey Carson today.
Rodgers throws, sidearm, gets it out to his receiver, and there's Jones again. Hand off to Jones. Wow, will not go. Screen for Jones. Gets around Van Der Esch. Jalen Smith. Aaron Jones trying to get to the edge. He does.
With touchdowns, Cowboys just 3 points. Crossing midfield 6 times.
There's a direct snap. Jones is going to reach and get it. His 4th of the game. Handoff is to Aaron Jones.
Job with the sack of Stafford.
Jones able to get it out to the left.
2nd and 3. To Jones. Nice cut to the outside. Look at Jones with a stiff arm. Going to stay up top on first down. Going to go to the end zone. Turning around.
Your running back is going to come out and run a corner route, but look at the throw his back shoulder. I mean, way back shoulder, and he turns around as if.
From the 18, toss to Jones. Conley had him for a loss. And
3 comes back the other way. A little flip to Jones, and behind a Williams block, he is able to take it to the left. Empty backfield. Rodgers deep downfield for Jones, and he makes the catch at the 25-yard line. Skirts the sideline.
Run a little slant and go. Just a little too much to ask of a middle linebacker to try and cover a back like Jones down the field, who is really proving to be a tremendous receiver. A great catch in that one a week ago.
2nd down and 2. Little flip here to Jones. Gets a block. And Jones out in front. They're trying to chase him down. He's inside the 10, and Jones down the sideline. Third down and 5, and said he's going to throw, and he's going to throw for a first down, and that will write a finish.
Can you believe the way they just really? They ran right through him, didn't they? Jones slips through it.
He gets it. He carries it in for the touchdown. Handoff here, Aaron Jones. Down at the 24.
Game that truck.
Here's Jones, cuts back, touch. Their pass-to-run ratio is right now one more run than
And they begin here with Jones banging into his own man, and then bunch of receivers to the left. Move the ball here. Jones trying to swing around the corner.
Something, isn't it?
That's a nice little run right there. Looked like it's a fullback at 2nd down and 7. Nice hole there, but that closes quickly.
And the thing about this Giants defense today, as Jones slips at 7.
Here's Jones on the handoff, and time Pro Bowler, still going strong. Hands it off to Jones. 2nd down and 6. It's Jones on the toss. First down inside the 50. Packers go back to work from their 12-yard line. It's Aaron Jones up the middle, across the 30, and still going into Redskins territory. This game on the toss, it's Jones, cuts to the outside, across midfield, and still going. Team. Rodgers from the end zone, fires downfield.
Release, he's going to throw him the football.
10th play of this drive, it is Jones.
Try to get him going, and he's got a seam. Aaron Jones still on his feet. Jones all the way in. He's going to give it to Jones. He's in.
Jones on a good wham block that time by the tight end. Jones to the left side, inside the 5 and into the end zone. 6. Jones, look at that balance. Aaron Jones, see ya.
You have Marquez Valdez-Scantling open the hole. Anytime you get a long run by a running back, usually a receiver makes a good block. Lazard's been making a lot of...
First down. Here's Jones, makes a nice move and a big run for Aaron Jones. He'll do it again. Jones, good spin move. Oh, look at that run here today. Pressure right away on Rodgers and just gets rid of it to Jones, who's got a seam. Aaron Jones into field goal range and more.
hand off to start the day. Jones
up on this possession.
Here's Jones, nice cut. Jones, touchdown. Here's a toss. Aaron Jones running right, cuts back.
Not much to show for the completions.
Handoff here to Aaron Jones. Nice already at the 49ers 41, and a toss to Jones. Nice cutback. First and goal. Here's Aaron Jones looking for blocks. He's got a touchdown. Aaron Jones had to reach for that pass. Great catch.
I can see it in each and every one of y'all eyes, man, that y'all ready to go to war. Everybody be a star tonight.
Let's go. Stand up. Come on, let's put points on this board, man.
Going to the end zone over the shoulder. Catch Allen Lazard.
That's all gas, no break.
Rodgers under pressure. Lofts it right side. Jimmy Graham. Touchdown.
You already know. What do I do?
Quick toss, left side, got his man first down. It is MVS. No one will catch him. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Get back. Appreciate it. Get back. Hey, bring it in. Back on three. 1, 2, 3.
13-3 and one game away from the big game with a first-year head coach. All in all, a pretty good year for the Green Bay Packers, and what a year it was for Allen Lazard, who didn't make the team out of training camp, then ended up playing a hugely important role. Have you had a chance to reflect on just how big this year was for you?
I kind of just did watching that stuff, just like be able to see the other side of the camera and everything. But yeah, just being able to kind of reflect and realize how crazy this past year has been. It
really has been. I mean, Week 6 Lions game felt like a little bit of a coming out party for you. It was your first chance to make a real big impact in a game, your first touchdown. Do you remember what it was like?
A little bit. I kind of blacked out, just having so much endorphins and enthusiasm and just all the adrenaline running through my body at that moment, especially because it was my first catch and then being at that time of the game and everything, Monday night, all that stuff. So I was pretty excited, but for the most part, I mean, it's always a blur.
So I read a story I'd love for you to tell us here. Your dad was not at the game, wanted to be at the game, but what happened? What did you do with your tickets?
I ended up giving away to teammates because they asked me earlier, and like my dad hit me up like on Thursday, like, hey, I'm coming. I'm like, you got to tell me before, like, that you're coming to the game, and there's just a miscommunication.
Did you know going in, like, this was going to be a big game for you, or were you?
I mean, no.
Okay.
I mean, at that point, you know, I was just really playing special teams.
So he's rewinding things that you're doing on special teams.
Yes. That's how he watches football, though, is that ever since I was little and DVRs came out, he never watches a game straight. It's always every play he has to rewind and watch this and watch every position.
But then that's problematic because then your phone can start blowing up.
And then you're 2 hours behind.
Which is essentially what happened to him.
Yes.
Like he found out about your big catch.
From my brother texting him and other people blowing up his phone and stuff. And they were like, that was like third quarter, I think. And he got that text or like when he was watching the second quarter, so.
Oh, how fun that must have been for them. So outside looking in, I would be crazy intimidated to walk into a team that had Aaron Rodgers as my quarterback and playing your position. Like, hey, I'm here and I'll just go run this route and catch this ball. Were you intimidated by him initially?
No, you know, I think Aaron is really good as far as being very open arms and communicating very well to new people, especially the younger guys. That's how I felt at least. And when I first showed up, you know, I was all eyes and ears. You know, I wasn't really talking much and just kind of trying to learn from him and learning from guys like Devontae and Jimmy on how they run their routes, and also just listen to Aaron on how he wants you to run them so you can execute them.
Did you feel like you needed to earn his trust as the season went on?
Absolutely. You know, it wasn't just him. You know, it was guys like Mercedes, Bakhtiari, Devontae, guys on the defense, you know, the coaches. You know, it was really just a entire team, entire organization thing where I felt like, especially going undrafted and whatnot, I was very disrespected, and I wanted to go prove out to everyone else that, you know, I can play in this league and I can be a star.
You felt disrespected?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because
32 teams passed on me, and I felt like, you know, especially the college career that I had and the production that I put out there on film.
The all-time leading receiver at Iowa State.
Yep.
Thought you were going to get drafted, didn't get drafted. Since we are at that point of the season right now, we're talking about draft, combine a lot, it strikes me that you would be a pretty good source of perspective for a lot of guys that might end up being in that position in a couple of months. Is there a message that you would have for somebody who's going through that process right now, having gone through what you went through?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say just, you know, work hard every single day. It doesn't really matter what you're doing day to day, as long as you're going out there competing, doing your best, and whatever you can to go out there and just put your best foot forward. And, you know, at the end of the day, as long as you know that you're complacent with the effort that you gave and what you did to prove to the teams that you can make it, then you'll be fine.
And it can all work out. Your team has 10 draft picks, an opportunity to get better in the offseason. I know you probably heard last year as you guys were having the success, people talk about you guys as a team that overachieved. Do you think that that was an accurate statement about who you guys were last year? Or?
I would say that, I want to say overachieved, but there was so much question on how the season could have went, you know, having a new head coach, new guys in the locker room and whatnot. There's a lot of uncertainty, but I think, you know, that just really shows you how special of a team that we had. You know, it wasn't just the players, it was the coaches, it was the trainers, it was the strength staff, it was the front office people. You know, everyone just kind of combined and going after that one common goal was something very special this year.
So much potential moving forward. We're excited for your success. Thank you so much for coming in. Don't be a stranger.
I won't.
Come back.
I would love to be back here. It's beautiful.
And one with Aaron Jones in the backfield, and he'll pass on 2nd and 1, and he'll take a shot, and Valdez-Scantling holds it in. MVS trying to be the MVP here, 46-yard reception.
Look at Valdez-Scantling there against number 29, Rashad Melvin. Notice what he does. He releases inside, and then he stacks the DB. He stacks Melvin on his back. Now he allows the ball to come over the top. He doesn't just run wild. He's under control as a receiver, and he stacks the cornerback, now allowing Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers floats it. Adams, what a throw, what a catch. Devontae Adams down inside the 10. 3rd down and 8. Pass to Adams, what a throw and catch. What a play, what a time for it.
From Lano Hill, the safety, he's kind of cheating, and Amani just can't get beat outside. If he stays to the outside, he's got a little help from the safety in the middle, but he just gets beat immediately off the line of scrimmage.
They're coming after Rodgers. He's in trouble, and he throws, and it is
slingshot arm, the God-given ability to make a throw with people hanging on your feet 20 yards down the field. Just a perfect.
Rodgers, four-man rush, gonna float it down the seam. Adams has it, and he's in. Touchdown, Packers.
Gonna stay up top on first down. Gonna go to the end zone. Turning around, and did he make the catch? What a catch it is by Aaron Jones. What an adjustment at the end. Touchdown Green Bay from 21 yards out.
This time, Rodgers. Pressure going deep down the middle. It's caught for the touchdown. Allen Lazard.
And then comes back inside and he puts it up there. Now the key is, does he complete the process of the catch into the end zone? I say yes. The ball's hitting the ground, but he's got his arm crooked around it, and you're allowed to do that if you're maintaining control. That should be a touchdown for Green Bay. They should be kicking to try and tie this game.
Just moments ago earlier here, 3rd down and 5. Rodgers, same side. And this time, it's in the hands of Lazard. Incredible play.
What they did on 3rd down. Rodgers going to air it out. Davante Adams downfield. He's got it. And there's a big chunk down inside the 25 as the Packers look for life.
Well, he gets him turned around off the release, and then he's just simply able to outrun Richard Sherman. Normally, he's in more of an off coverage. He's able to stay on top of the receiver, but just an excellent release off the line of scrimmage. And Rodgers just drops it in.
Now they're going to have a defensive end out there.
3rd and 1. Rodgers under pressure again and just has to flip it, and it is going to be caught by Williams for the touchdown.
Aaron Rodgers just put this in the perfect spot. How do you land it there?
As you're going down.
What a throw that was.
And 1 with Aaron Jones in the backfield, and he'll pass on 2nd and 1, and he'll take a shot, and Valdez-Scantling holds it in. MVS trying to be the MVP here, 46-yard reception.
Look at Valdez-Scantling there against number 29, Rashad Melvin. Notice what he does. He releases inside, and then he stacks the DB. He stacks Melvin on his back. Now he allows the ball to come over the top. He doesn't just run wild. He's under control as a receiver, and he stacks the quarterback, now allowing Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers floats it. Adams, what a throw, what a catch. Davante Adams down inside the 10. 3rd down and 8. Pass to Adams, what a throw and catch. What a play, what a time for it.
From Lano Hill, the safety, he's kind of cheating, and Amani just can't get beat outside. If he stays to the outside, he's got a little help from the safety in the middle, but he just gets beat immediately off the line of scrimmage.
They're coming after Rodgers. He's in trouble, and he throws, and it is caught by Geronimo Allison. Just as Rodgers was getting ready.
Being able to have the slingshot arm, the God-given ability to make a throw with people hanging on your feet 20 yards down the field. Just a perfect.
Rodgers, four-man rush, gonna float it down the seam. Adams has it, and he's in. Touchdown, Packers.
Gonna stay up top on 1st down. Gonna go to the end zone. Turning around, and did he make the catch? What a catch it is by Aaron Jones. What an adjustment at the end. Touchdown Green Bay from 21 yards out.
This time, Rodgers. Pressure going deep down the middle. It's caught for the touchdown. Allen Lazard.
And then comes back inside and he puts it up there. Now the key is, does he complete the process of the catch into the end zone? I say yes. The ball's hitting the ground, but he's got his arm crooked around it, and you're allowed to do that if you're maintaining control. That should be a touchdown for Green Bay. They should be kicking to try and tie this game.
Just moments ago earlier here, 3rd down and 5. Rodgers, same side. And this time, it's in the hands of Lazard. Incredible play.
What they did on 3rd down. Rodgers going to air it out. Davante Adams downfield. He's got it. And there's a big chunk down inside the 25 as the Packers look for life.
Well, he gets him turned around off the release, and then he's just simply able to outrun Richard Sherman. Normally, he's in more of an off coverage. He's able to stay on top of the receiver, but just an excellent release off the line of scrimmage. And Rodgers just drops it in.
Now they're going to have a defensive end out there.
3rd and 1. Rodgers under pressure again and just has to flip it, and it is going to be caught by Williams for the touchdown.
Aaron Rodgers just put this in the perfect spot. How do you land it there?
As you're going down.
What a throw that was.
On his walk over to the set, scored 4 touchdowns. That's a real thing.
Just like that.
Just like it was nothing. He's one of the breakout stars of the 2019 NFL season, including the playoffs. 1,700 yards, 23 touchdowns.
Come again?
We've been saying it all season. It is the best running back that Aaron Rodgers has ever played with and one of the best in the league. It's Aaron Jones. What's up, Showtime? How we feeling?
I'm feeling great. You?
Yeah. We're great to see you. We got to reconcile something because your numbers were insane. We talked about it all season. You were Mr. Red Zone, Mr. Everything.
23 total touchdowns in the playoffs.
And yet you weren't Mr. Pro Bowl. And I know this cut deep. Where are you now with this ridiculous oversight?
So I was planning to play another game later on, and that didn't happen. So hurts a little bit more. Now not playing in the Pro Bowl and getting that selection, but everything happens for a reason. I'll be right where I'm supposed to be at.
That's a great attitude to have. I know the season didn't end as you guys wanted it to, but the first year with Matt LaFleur has been incredible. What a change for this team. What was the one huge difference that he made for this squad?
I would just say he brought us together as one. Just made us resilient, made us believe in ourselves, not blinking in the face of adversity when we face it. And you see the difference between last year and this year. In the NFL, a lot of games come down to one possession, and it's how you execute in those one possession games. And I felt like that's something that we did well this year.
Does anybody ever talk about Matt LaFleur grooming his eyebrows?
Great question.
That is a great question. No, they don't. And I've never really paid attention to Coach LaFleur's eyebrows, so that's something I'm going to have to.
Kyle does deep dives on them. I had to get that question.
Did you get them threaded?
Great eyebrows.
Get some threaded?
Look at that, man. Look at that. Perfectly manicured.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody shows up at the house and takes care of that.
Those are manicured. His wife might take care of her.
Yeah.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
Aaron, we know the NFC Championship game didn't go as planned, but you guys have experience against this defense. We're trying to break down this Chiefs-49ers game. 2 times you guys went out there, didn't go great. What makes them so difficult on defense when you're an opposing offense trying to put up points against the 49ers?
I would just say their front four and just the way their whole defense plays, their mentality, they swarm to the ball. You see a lot of energy. You don't see any loafs. You see guys flying around, and they want to be out there. You see them energetic once they're out there making plays. It could be a D lineman making a play, and you see the safety coming down celebrating with them, and it's contagious.
We're at home watching this, everybody, or we're at the stadium, wherever it was. You're on the field. Did you know, like, boom, like, oh my gosh, this team's just a house on fire. Like, how are we going to deal with this? Or did you feel like we could still get back in this thing against that defense?
I felt like we could still get back in it. I felt like we was running the ball well, and it was things that we done to ourselves, turnovers and penalties. So they're a great defense, but it's things that we done to ourselves as well.
Let's talk about the other Aaron Rodgers. Now, we love Aaron. He came on the show last year. He's hilarious, dry sense of humor, but he loves to have a good time. But on the flip side, he can be really demanding. So kind of give us an experience or a look into your relationship. Is there something that jumps out when it comes to Aaron Rodgers on the field or even off of it?
He's just a leader. I mean, I remember my first time running onto the field, and that would probably stick out with me the most. Running onto the field, week 5, hadn't took an offensive snap, third back coming in, and I get on the field, and he looks at me, he's like, hey, you know, I'm one of your biggest fans in this organization.
What?
And I'm like, I haven't even taken an offensive snap. Like
What?
preseason I have, but haven't taken an offensive snap. And for a future Hall of Famer to tell somebody who hasn't stepped on the field that.
What did that do for your confidence?
I did everything. It made me feel like I go out there. I went out there and scored a touchdown, and it was good. It was on Thursday night, and it made me feel on top of the world.
You did that purposely.
Yes, sir.
He knew he needed more out of you.
Yes, sir. He's just a great leader, and I love playing with him.
That's
It
awesome.
shows. And Aaron, we also know you love to have a good time, especially when you play the Cowboys and do the deuces, and we laughed our asses off about it, frankly. You're also such a self-starter. You produced a segment for our show, and the segment is called Aaron or Aaron, in which you're going to read facts, and then the four of us are going to say, does that fact apply to Aaron Jones or Aaron Rodgers?
We have our surfaces right here.
We got our surfaces right here. They got faces on them. Aaron Jones, start us off with the first Aaron or Aaron.
Okay, Aaron or Aaron game. This Aaron was a high school basketball player and averaged 16.5 points per game as a senior.
Ooh. Okay.
I don't know. I'm looking at your frame, point guard, but you're just probably a distributor. Quarterbacks, they get buckets. I'm going with Aaron Rodgers.
I'm going with Rodgers. I'm thinking corner jumper like Drew Gooden right from the foul line. I
went Rodgers too from the elbow, and maybe we're underestimating you.
I'm going to go Aaron Jones. I see his proud family there. They're the cutest family I've ever seen, taking photos, videos, all of that. I'm here for this. You win. Aaron Jones.
Oh, 16 a game.
You was getting buckets?
I was getting buckets. Me and my twin brother, we actually played our freshman year in college.
That's
as
Whoa.
well,
You guys can give me the answer.
Wait, you played in college too?
Yes, we played our freshman year in college. So.
Word.
At UTEP.
You above the rim? You dunking?
Oh, yes, sir. Above the rim.
This guy was a point guard at UTEP like Tim Hardaway. That's a really big deal, man.
UTEP two-step. Yes, sir. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes,
Come
sir.
on, baby. All right, what's next? Next one.
This Aaron was so under-recruited that he had to attend junior college first before transferring to a bigger program.
Ooh. Okay. You know what?
I know Rodgers went to junior college.
You shouting out to Butte?
I'm cheating off of Peter.
Yeah.
I'm cheating off of Peter.
I'm going with Peter. Aaron Rodgers. Butte. Are we right?
You guys are right.
Yeah.
I was under-recruited, but Aaron Rodgers, of course, under-recruited Butte College. And then,
all right, we've got like 90 seconds. Let's get through
Okay, this Aaron has a brother who spent time on the Baltimore Ravens roster.
I'm going to go with your bro. Because if he was hooping like you was hooping and playing football, and y'all got a whole family full of athletes, I'm going with bro.
I mean, Rodgers' brother was on The Bachelor. He might as well have been a Raven also.
That's a different roster,
I 1,000% think that this is true, and it was Aaron Jones.
What a family. They dunk and play basketball, and we're doing Ravens. It's got to be Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Shout your brother's name out. What's his name?
My brother's name is Alvin Jones Jr.
Okay.
Alvin Jones Jr.
Alvin
Okay,
Jones.
AJ.
Okay.
This Aaron's favorite movie is the Marlon Wayans classic, The Sixth Man.
Oh, Dean Harrison? Okay, I'm in.
Your whole family's going.
Aaron Rodgers' favorite movie is probably like Steve Zissou in The Life Aquatic. I'm going to go with you, buddy.
Life Aquatic. I'm going with this, too. I love this movie.
Dean Harrison,
Classic.
Tolkien.
Classic.
Yeah,
Marlon Wayans.
Yeah.
You guys haven't seen
Yeah!
it? That's definitely me. You
Incredible.
guys haven't
Hurt you.
seen
Hey,
it.
when he passed away, it hurt you. Make you cry every time.
Made me cry. Made me
Julio
think
might
of my
have the
brother.
song.
One more.
All right,
like
this
Celtic
Aaron
pride.
trainer used to take potato chips to his heels to help with his footwork.
Oh, that's
That
so
seems
awesome.
very Rodgers-y.
Well, with the way your
I
feet
think
move,
that I'm going Aaron Jones.
Feels
Aaron
Rodgers-y.
chip on the feet.
I'm light on my feet, but it's Aaron Rodgers.
I like that.
Wow.
That's what's up.
So basically, this Chicago Bears fan won the Packers.
Great job.
Just
Incredible. Aaron
playing
Jones,
that.
you are the best. You had so many touchdowns this year, and I know you got a big offseason coming ahead with maybe some of this, and
Talk
we're praying
about it.
for you and hoping for you. Aaron Jones from the Green Bay Packers.
23 total
You know
touchdowns
what?
this
Hey, they didn't
season.
say it. I'm going to say it. All pro running back.
Yeah.
Thank
Real.
you. I appreciate
Zadarius Smith going against Riley Reef here with the slap, the rip, and then the bend. He gets past him, and down goes Kirk Cousins. These two combined for 25.5 sacks this year, the most in team history. Zadarius Smith could line up anywhere. He could line up over the left tackle. He could line up over the right tackle. It didn't matter. Unbelievable power. The stab right here. Reading Trubisky, keeping him on his inside shoulder. Down goes another NFC North quarterback, Zadarius Smith. Where would he line up on any given play? Here he is over the left guard of the Detroit Lions. And watch it. The most double-teamed edge rusher in the league this year gets pressure right here and violently takes down Matt Stafford. 5th in the league in sacks. Where would he line up? Here he is with Preston Smith on the same side, working against the right guard with the slap and the pressure away from the slide. He spins and Preston Smith gets the ball out for a sack. And then the scramble is on for the loose football. Preston and Zadarius Smith, 25.5 sacks, the most combined in franchise history. That's the Green Bay Packers franchise, by the way. And then there was this position, the disruptor position, the rover, where he had a choice. He used his own instincts. Get out of my way, Blake Martinez. This is my show. You have a choice right here to attack the center. And right here, triple team. Not unusual for Zadarius Smith. The most double-teamed edge rusher in the NFL. Number 1 in quarterback pressures in the NFL. Preston Smith gets the sack. Highest overall pressure rate. Most quarterback hits, most quarterback pressures. Here he is back over the left tackle, or over the left guard right here with the swim move inside. Getting skinny. Can he get that paw up to Joe Flacco? That's a pressure. Led the NFL in pressures this year. This is a kid out of Greenville, Alabama. Played 1 year of high school football. Was a basketball player. Had to go to Last Chance U in order to play college football. East Mississippi Community College, where he got to know Preston Smith when he was at Mississippi State. Double teamed right here to the back of Joe Flacco. Down goes Flacco. What a season for Zadarius Smith. Where would he line up? Here he is over the left tackle of the Dallas Cowboys. Unbelievable pressure. His coach, Mike Smith, said, hardest working outside linebacker he's ever coached. That includes D. Ford at Kansas City, T. Sizzle, Baltimore. Violently, Dak Prescott goes down. Here he is standing up over the left guard in Kansas City. The slap, the rip, the pressure, the double team, the slide, beating the slide right here. Feeding Preston Smith. One fed the other all year long. Where would he line up? The disruptor, the rover. You use your instincts, Zadarius. Go where you think you can win, where you can get the pressure, beat the tight end, get the ball out of Adrian Peterson's hands. Here he is on a stunt with Kenny Clark. So underrated. Kenny Clark, time to get him some recognition against the Chargers. Here he comes free, right up the gut, away from the center slide. Phillip Rivers, fed to Preston Smith. Here he beats 2 against the 49ers. He's beaten the guard and the tackle to take down Garoppolo. Here, straight power. Bam! Right back to Cousins. Which way do you want to beat him? This is an up-and-coming player. Going to be a dominant pass rusher for years to come. Going to be holy hell in the NFC North. It's nice that Green Bay decided to play in free agency this year. Preston and Zadarius Smith. Look at this slap rip against the number 1 draft pick of the Minnesota Vikings. Down goes Kirk Cousins. And then, over the guard. Wherever you want to rush him, he's got flexibility. Right side, left side. Go watch him work. Watch him work in pregame. Just power. Here, you stunt to the slide right here. 3 over 2, it don't matter. Down goes Cousins. You want a playoff sack? How about playoff sacks? Here comes B.J. Goodson. He comes on the stunt, away from the slide. It gets the one-on-one with Jermaine Ifedi. Goodson misses him. Zadarius cleans up. Zadarius Smith left his mark in the NFL this year. He's just getting started. You want to put a back and a tight end over there, slide away from him? All right. It'll give everybody else a one-on-one, like Kyler Fackrell. For Zadarius Smith, it was the run, it was the pass, it was franchise records. He's just getting started. What a season for Zadarius and Preston Smith, coached by Mike Smith. Packers in good shape on the edge for years to come.
Let's go through some notables. You got the Packers at 5. Explain.
All right, if you're in the top 5 of the power rankings, that means you're in the right direction. You're in the ballpark for a Super Bowl shot. But guess what? Aaron Rodgers turns 37 during the 2020 season. It's now or never time for the Packers. And anybody that's watching this team knows what they need to do to get better. It can't be Davante Adams and the ghost of Jimmy Graham and hoping one of these young receivers step up. You got to go now and be aggressive. And Brian Gutekunst, the GM, did such a great job last year and was roundly praised for building up that defense and getting it better. You know, logic dictates this year is about getting more weapons, getting a receiver on the outside. We have some big free agents available. Maybe adding a better tight end. Hunter Henry's on the market. Amari Cooper could be on the market. A.J. Green. Go give Aaron Rodgers one last shot with a great core.
I sit and I watch you play the position. I watch a guy like Davante Adams. How much can you learn from a guy like that? How much have you learned from him? Because he is a dog, and you are a dog, and that's a good thing for those people out there watching. You got that mentality, like I said, you run guys over. How has Davante Adams helped you grow into
so much? Just because of, you know, one, like you said, my body type, I'm 6'5", you know, he's about 6'1", 6'2". So how he runs routes is completely different, but I feel like there's little parts of it as far as just, you know, body positioning, center of gravity, understanding your footwork, not stepping outside your frame, understanding the DB that he does very well, has obviously done very well for a long time, and I'm just slowly picking up little pieces from him every day.
I'm going to give you a little tip, and I'm telling the world, so it's not a secret. Watch Brandon Marshall. He was one of the hardest guys I had to press.
Absolutely.
I mean, T.O., Randy, I mean, everybody, because the way he used his hands, he used his size. And as big as you are, I just stood up with you. As big as he is, Brandon Marshall would put his hands on you. He would invite the jam, put his hands on you, and almost jam you and throw you out the way.
It's almost easier with his pressure because, you know, then you know where they're going to be.
Absolutely.
Then you got to move them around and kind of make up the route from there.
All right, Alan Lazard enjoying the Miami sunshine, getting a break from the cold in Green Bay.
Yes.
But you'll be back there soon enough this offseason, getting ready for next year. Best of luck to you. Continued success. Thanks for coming to hang out.
Thank you.
And we will see you down the line, all right?
I appreciate you guys having me here.
Thanks, man.
Go Pack, go.
On to Russell Wilson and Davante Adams. Unable to snag the one-hander there.
Good.
Sideline catch for the Packers star, Davante Adams. Remember the trouble with the over-the-shoulder that Cousins and Patterson have, and now the same is happening with Wilson and Adams.
Russell is trying to throw it early, so he's, before the guy even gets to the station, so he's throwing that ball.
One-hander before the diving catch to finish it. And that'll be their final time when he completes the diving catch. Here it is. And it's incomplete.
One more time.
So we got to dive again.
So he's got to reset and try to get the diving catch again. And there it is with a final time of 1:51.2 for the NFC.
I'm going to make a proclamation. That time will get beat.
14-14. Davante Adams gonna pass it downfield, and he gets it to Kenny Galladay. So a trick play to start this drive for the NFC. Was the crowd and how much they were paying attention to it and into the action that we were seeing. There was some good football there at halftime today. Easily the most of any player in NFL history in the first 4 seasons of their career. Cousins to the end zone, and it is Davante Adams with the touchdown. So divisional rivals connecting to give the NFC the lead. Touchdown catch for Davante Adams.
Nice accurate throw.
Start of the 4th quarter here. 31-27 AFC. Kirk Cousins to Adams again. Zeke Elliott and Kirk Cousins in the backfield. 3rd down and 2. Cousins, shallow cross, and Davante Adams will move the sticks for the NFC. Linebacker we've seen in the modern era. Here's Adams again from Cousins. Alternative to the onside kick could be employed here if they score. Here's Cousins. And Adams will get his way in for the touchdown. So a 4-yard touchdown. Cousins to Davante Adams. They've had a nice connection in this second half.
Yeah, let's see if the ball broke the plane.
Yes, sir. To the PA.
The cushion built up by Kirk Cousins as now they turn things over to Packers receiver Davante Adams.
On me.
See, unlike Jarvis Landry as the non-quarterback, Adams has never thrown a pass in an NFL or college game, and he goes for a deep shot to start off his 1 minute of action. Just came up short there looking for the 4-pointer. He's dialed into that target.
Yeah.
He's going back to it.
Yeah, he may want to change the strategy just a little bit. Try to knock off some of these one-pointers. Get on the board a little bit.
And now he's going to that deep bucket toss on the right side, and he's off to the right. Half minute in, and Davante Adams doesn't have a point.
And the one thing you don't want to be the guy. There you go. He's not going to go scoreless.
And then he gets just a piece of the one-pointer.
Well, as a wise man once told me, you'll never go broke taking a profit.
Final 10 seconds for Davante Adams. And gets a two-pointer just before the buzzer. Packers fans here in the Orlando area. 6 points for Davante. He's with Lisa.
Davante, how did your strategy change as the event was going on?
Well, I started off, I was trying to build the confidence by hitting both fours, but we had to deal with a little bit of weather out here. I had a little heckling going on, so it was tough, but I had to change my strategy up and go for the ones for a confidence builder. And we got a couple of them, but definitely fell short of where I wanted to do.
Nice job. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How do they get more talented this offseason? How do they change that? What do they need to add?
Well, I think another year of just being in Matt LaFleur's offense, being in this scheme, for Aaron Rodgers will make him a little bit more confident and make this whole offense just click and gel that much better. Defense, too. I think a lot of people don't realize that continuity means something in the National Football League when you talk about being able to know and understand a playbook inside and out. But, one thing to me that's kind of glaring is the need to have another guy opposite Davante Adams. We know Davante Adams is a dominant receiver in this league. He needs some help. He absolutely needs some help opposite him. This Green Bay team needs more speed. If you look at how Sean McVay put his influence in Los Angeles with the Rams, if you see what Kyle's done, with the 49ers, you gotta have a guy that takes the top off so they can run some of those race balls when the run game's going, and you can use that play action. Davante Adams is an incredible #1 receiver, but he needs another guy a la like a Will Fuller, just a guy that can take the top off.
Well, it sounds like it's a good year for wide receivers in the draft.
Yeah,
so this might be the right time for them to go get somebody. What do you think? Wide receiver, or where would you go?
Defense.
Defense.
I think first and foremost, the Green Bay Packers have to figure out what are we doing with Blake Martinez. He was a tackling machine this year. He was all over the field. They need to sign him, lock down the middle of that defense. And then also, I think in the secondary, look, they've got a lot of young corners, some really good corners. Kevin King played really well, but I thought the liability for them in the postseason was their safety position. Darnell Savage had a really rough game against the 49ers. The fact that they didn't have an enforcer in that secondary to come down and help shut down that run game, that is what exposed them in the playoffs. They need some help on that end.
Baby, I'm the gamble of your life. Why you always gotta think twice? We could go at it all night till the morning till you can't even go no more. You like it, don't even deny it.